Alright, I've been making previous school stories talking about, how teachers have done this, teachers have done that. Back in part 4, I talked about how there are many distractions from the learning experience at school. Part 5, I just talked about the bad experience I had with the worst teacher I had. And at this one, part 6, I'm just going to talk about the students and the great things I was able to do while working with fellow classmates. Starting with year 5. Not year 5, but grade 5. 5th grade was cool. 5th grade was low-key one of the best but also worst grades, period. And what I was able to do that year was I was able to take Canva and the linking thing, and I was able to add a button. And this button would take you to the next page, and the next page, and the next page. And you have to keep pressing buttons, or you have to keep solving puzzles. And we created a game group off of Canva, and we called it the Canva Creations. And it was this whole group of people that were working on Canva games, and these Canva games got updates, similar to the game Piggy, but only you click buttons and it's a little different because it's pagey and it doesn't have animations, not really. Well, Roblox is kind of 3D. Canva is 2D. It looks a little different, but it was still fun to do. And we would be able to work on these projects as a team, and there would be specific developers for specific games, and my game was able to get updates every week. So like every week we would add a new section to the game with new stuff, new buttons, and it would be so cool. And especially since I've always wished to have a game, Canva makes game making easier. Even though it's not really made for that, it's really made for presentations. And the linking is maybe for like buttons or stuff. It's not really directly made for making games, but it's a good place to start. And I suggest that. I may drop a tutorial on how to make a game on Canva. Maybe I may, but this is school stories, so I have to stay focused on school stories. And Canva Creations was one of the best things I ever did as a child. Well, as a minor. I don't know how to say that. Well, anyway, as well as the Canva Creations was a group that we were able to make, as well as we were able to actually find a special bondage in this get-together creation group, which was cool. Okay, and now that I look back, people who originally hated each other and wouldn't speak to each other, through the Canva Creations, we were able to talk to each other, and the people who hated each other would talk to each other for the sole purpose of teaching each other and learning from each other. It was cool. I'm not making this seem like all sunshine and rainbows, but my description, as I'm thinking it in my head, is accurately what it was like. I remember these two, a girl and a boy, not like that. And I don't mean dating like that, and I don't mean like that. I just mean they hated each other and did not talk at all. But through the Canva Creations, they were able to learn from each other. And even though me being the leader of the group, Yes, because I experimented first and found out the stuff I could do, and I told other people, and I grew the group. I didn't have to really teach anybody after I started teaching people, because those people were able to teach themselves and find bondage with themselves, and it was pretty cool. But what I'll say is that we were also able to do another thing, maybe called Popcorn Con or something like that. We were able to do this popcorn thing where there would be a movie playing where the teacher would play it, and the teacher and some of the students sat a whole bunch of chairs so people could watch the movie. This wasn't what we decided to do, but we decided to turn this into a movie theater. We already had the chairs, you had the movie playing, but we decided to make this pop. It was our last couple of days at school, so we decided to make this the funnest day. We brought lifesavers and hot or spicy popcorn and peppermints and other sweet treats of that kind for the final 2 days of school, and we served them. And on the board we had menus, so you could you could order like a gummy pack meal or a gummy bear pack meal or something like that, and you get gummy bears, lifesavers, hot popcorn, and a complimentary peppermint, and stuff like that. You wouldn't get that much on one order because we were at limited supply. Well, supplies last, but we were able to hire so many people, bro. We even had bodyguards that would stand at the door of the classroom and stand around the theater just to make sure there was no sneaky business going on. But it was so cool. You could even sit at the theater and not order anything. You didn't have to order anything, but as soon as you sat down, there would be waiters that would come and serve you. Of course, I was a waiter. I didn't sit around and do nothing. I wouldn't want to sit around and do nothing. So, of course, I put together that pop shop or whatever, and it was pretty cool. I enjoyed putting that together. If any of you from my 5th grade class are watching, likely not. But if you do know me, give me a comment. Let me know you saw my YouTube channel. And that's pretty much it for this video. I'm excited to see wherever this brings me next.